And we're in. We're good. Hello, folks. Welcome back to the Regulators. Barely. We're almost a singular. We're barely a plural at the moment. Terry Van Horn is with us today. No lower 30s. Too irritated this morning. Forgot his lower third. Had it working yesterday, man. Anyway, said, I guess, yeah, I'll introduce myself. Hi, Dave. I never introduced myself. Okay, so, well, let's go. We got no questions? Well, that's going to suck. Come on, William. Get your ass together. All right, so yeah, I guess that's an easy one. It's all very updatey lately, dude. So we're gonna have to deal with it. Okay, this is this morning's news that's been making rounds in the dojo chat room on Skype and shit like that, and both of them. Oh, well, never mind. But I don't know, dude. Some people are seeing shit, some people aren't. It's the usual thing, man.
Well,
unless Google comes out and actually tells you, it's gonna.
Here's the thing, Dave. We know that it takes 5 days to roll it out. So
right, yeah, we always figure 3 to 5 somewhere in there, depending. Yeah. Especially you get into other data centers, but like international.
It's just a flip of a switch, so you would expect to see that kind of.
Which is funny too, because yeah, you see people actually talk. What color is the sky? I told you William was out there. How's it going, buddy? Mine is kind of gray right now, dude. It's looking kind of cloudy, but. Anyways, yeah, so I don't know. There's a good thing too. Is like you see these private groups, dude, and you never notice the guys going, "Where are you?" As in, are you in the UK? Are you in the US? Are you in Canada?
Right.
They all just, or where's your client? I guess because they're looking at their analytics. So no one ever asks the important questions in these groups, do they? you know. So yeah, the rollout's going across data centers from here to the UK, then the rest of Europe, and
goes to see. Penguin has been rolled.
It goes to see Wissam over in Dubai in about 6 months.
Right, but I think, Dave, hasn't Penguin, it wasn't rolled out in sections, like, or was it rolled out to the world from the beginning?
I think it was always a bit, that's what gave it that 3 to 5 day sort of lag period, is because of the different data centers and when they were hitting, you know what I mean? And I'm sure they've got a schematic of prioritizations of rollouts, I'm sure, dude, come on, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
You just don't. That's why it's always that sort of nothing's really settled or known that And even again, how many times have we seen algorithms applied differently in the UK than they are in Germany, than they are in the US?
Yeah, because we heard that from the first Penguin, right? That they aren't getting quite the same stuff there.
Or even think about papers. Like I remember two Googlers put out a paper a couple of years ago, and what it was about was which countries had the most amount of spam.
Oh, okay.
France won, by the way. Anyways, so you imagine that too, though. If you're writing your Penguin or your anti-spamming or your whatever you want to call it algorithm, you're also going to look at different different parts, different countries, maybe even differently. Like we're going to turn this knob up a bit for France, or something like that, right?
Could be, yeah.
Right? So because they look at shit like that, so who even knows? Yeah. So yeah, I've heard people saying something is going on. I've seen a bunch of people saying they haven't. I haven't really looked at anything. Our friend that got hit last fall with that guest posting Penguin?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go take a look at that after the show.
Yeah, I haven't looked at any of mine yet.
No, I haven't. This just started happening.
I'm more inclined to look at ones that I know are penguinized. I'd be more interested to see if they got that boost in the last 2 or 3 days that often see before Penguin runs.
Yeah. Again, until I see some data, I'm not going to know shit. So.
Yeah.
And again, I don't know why everyone gets, like you were saying, kind of in the chat room. It's everyone wants to be the first messenger, to be the hero or something. Because at the end of the day, we've been at this long enough. Just wait a couple of days, man. It'll all come clear. It'll either be something or it won't. It's like, duh.
Yeah.
Well, give it a couple of fucking days and we'll know.
It's like calling tops and bottoms in the stock market, right? It's about the same. It's at best an educated guess.
Yeah. So we shall see, man. But everything else, I don't know. There was so much else this week was actually fucking Panda related. So I don't know. Okay, so yeah, we were talking about this earlier in the week. So. Kind of where it's our history. All right, so yeah, most of the chatter I was running into this week, dude, was all fucking panda related. But then you and I actually started talking about something interesting this week in the sense that you don't know. Again, it's almost like the last conversation we just finished having. You don't fucking know what these winners and losers, and this one obviously has, Ask and eBay.
Well, figure if they've run the Penguin, if they're running Penguin right now, that's about 4 updates in, 10 days?
Yeah. Well, dude, and again, remember last week when Eamon was here, we were sitting around talking about, is there, some of us that we're still wearing tinfoil, it's almost like a smoke screen for something else happening. You know what I mean? We had this discussion last week, and I've never been the tinfoil type, you know what I mean? But even me, I started thinking, if I was an engineer, this would be a great time to do a few other things.
Well, they're doing a lot of updates at once, so you can't really isolate the same.
Right. Well, that's it. It's a forensic fucking nightmare, dude.
Yeah. Oh, it is, definitely. I think you have to kind of see what happens over the next month or so. Because if you were positively affected, you're going to see over the next month some rise. If you were negatively affected, that's usually the next 10 days.
Yeah, but think even forensically more insane, because there are going to be situations, dude. Imagine someone who's looking at their baseline, because they don't have keywords and stuff to really go by anymore, right? So they're looking at their baselines and they see no change. You theoretically could have got hit by one, but boosted by another, and not even noticed you got hit by one.
That's right. That's right.
It's a forensic fucking nightmare, dude. So, you can actually have a steady baseline and have a positive and a negative effect hit you in the last 10 minutes.
I think, we're getting at a point where a lot of SEO metrics have to be kind of step back and say, okay, does this still apply the same way as it did even a few months ago? I think you really have to start wondering that.
Yeah, this isn't eBay's first time in this list. When you and I were hanging around with the guys from Search Metrics, there was an instance where we saw this happen as well. It was Co-UK one, I believe. Yeah. So this isn't the first time. It's just apparently making bigger news this week.
Yeah, and also that was kind of when, got to watch what we say.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we've seen them, and it wasn't big news before. So Ask.com.
I would say that technical problem on the eBay site would not really surprise me. Size, etc.
Look at the Ask.com one. You don't even, to even put it as a winner or loser is forensic fucking bullshit. Because why are they 50% down? Did Google stop indexing certain parts of their site? You don't know.
Also, Dave, that could have been a subdomain on Ask where all those are lost, because I don't think they're really differentiating subdomains from domains. And if that were the case, yeah.
Yellow Pages, I could see that.
Well, there's a lot of really thin content on Yellow.
Well, and UGC sites in general have been getting spanked here and there over the last year and a half, just because of that lack of trust.
I actually go about Retail Me Not.
Well, Google's got investment in that too. Google invested in that fucking place and they got spanked. But it looks like that's for a bunch of different things, anyways.
Yeah, and remember too, though, Dave, that the local pages on the first Panda were also hit.
Yeah.
Google's at that point, I think it was called Places, but they were also affected by Panda, but it got rolled back pretty quick on them.
So, keeping on my theme here. Oh, here's your Retail Me Not, dude. See, look at that.
Oh, there we go. See, I knew I read something about it in the last few days.
Yeah. So, yeah, they've been having problems. And actually, this is Barry, I guess. Yeah. So, yeah, look at the stock price, dude.
Oh, she down a bit, is it?
Yeah.
When your whole business model is based upon rankings, and you lose 30% of your rankings, you're gonna bet you're gonna lose at least 30% of your stock price.
But and again, but this also highlights the things that some people do in our industry, like let's say a deep dive of why someone's been penalized or something, aka bringing more light to the situation. It's costing people jobs, and it's not the motherfuckers at the top. It's some guy in a warehouse somewhere. I do have to wonder about this habit.
Wrong. That's the thing. Yeah. All this analysis. Anybody who thinks that they can isolate all this stuff is, well, let's just say someone was talking about eBay and the BHP being de-indexed.
Apparently not.
The other day, there was 1 million listings back there. So if it was delisted, it wasn't for long.
Yeah. So, yeah, I thought of this one because, I guess people are getting hurt. But yeah, this is actually a Google-backed company, so interesting.
And what's the synopsis here?
Not much. Barry's just kind of...
Oh, Search Metrics always comes up with a reason. What was their reason?
Oh, no, there's no link. Yeah, I don't have to read it. But anyways. So they
didn't really come up and say what happened, or...
No, Danny actually did a bit of a deep dive or his own theory on it. So it was interesting seeing Danny do some forensics. He was good at some of it, obviously you should be, but there was other parts of what he wrote I was like, you might, I don't know, you've been doing this enough.
Was it a thin content problem, do you think, David? Is that what?
No, that looks like they're kind of got bigger issues. Like they probably, I wouldn't go past like maybe even a pure spam kind of penalty, meaning it looks like a...
Okay, so it was ultra thin.
Well, yeah, it certainly looks like a manual, not a fucking Panda, that's for sure.
Okay.
Like I said,
a bit like what we were kind of wondering with the eBay, where when we looked at those pages, possibility it could have, come under one of two thin content penalties. So,
these guys I hadn't actually heard of, really. But, Barry, I guess, is slow in search cap these days, so digging for news isn't good. So the writing is on the wall. If you're not producing unique and quality content, then you're getting left behind.
Oh, jeez. And rolled out and brought that into effect in, 2011? I think he's a little late with that statement, don't you think, Dave?
Dude, I'd go back as far as I could fucking remember. Because, producing content has always kept you safe. Meaning, but you got to have all your other shit in place. If it was social, if it was forums, if it was news groups, if it was whatever over the years. You got to have something, get it out there, and then that's where links come from. When I started writing and stuff, I was just a forum hound. I didn't there was no Twitter, no nothing. How do you think fucking my blog got fucking hundreds of thousands of links? Because other idiots started blogs and they'd say, Dave guy, I saw it on a forum, or what the fuck ever. Produce something people actually want to read or interact with or engage. Wow. That's what kills me about content marketing is you're in the same boat as me. We used to call it content production maybe, or content
used
strategy.
To call it building a fucking website with that's what we called it, Dave.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get this content. People need fucking they need buzzwords because their shit is shit, and they gotta have a new fucking term for shit. Sorry.
Oh, no worries.
What people call content marketing is just we added 200 words to our 300-word post.
Well, it's a service too, right? You got to bundle it up and sell it.
Yeah.
So
that's it.
That's half the fucking trick. Man.
So they have to cause a buzz around that type of marketing, like it's something all new and everything. Fuck.
All right. Sorry, going back to what you and I were talking about, just with the ability to do forensics with all this stuff going on and whatever, right? Bill's pull up the questions. Bill said, so it's like a street corner shell game. Where's your card? Do you know? Which algorithm changed your results? Could be this one. Might be this one. Could be over here. Could be over there.
No, I think it's a sucker's game if you're already trying to fix something when you don't know what's wrong.
Or even just writing about things like people are writing. I think is part of the problem too. You know, you and I sit around during the day talking about these things, going, you know, option A, option B, option blah, 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 and we're honest with ourselves. The people running out to Twitter, writing blog posts these days, they're all just, this, here's what happened, as opposed to, here's my theory. It's always, here's what happened to eBay, and here's what, you know.
Yeah.
Just and they're just throwing shit against the wall because maybe one of these times they'll be right and everyone in the industry will know who they are. Oh, so-and-so got it right. Yeah, well, if
that's framed as fact. That's what I like to call it.
Just keep throwing out fucking theories out there, and eventually you'll get one right. That's why I love Christmas, eh? Here's my predictions for 2014. Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you predict this fucking week that just happened? I don't think so.
Yeah. Like this year, I'm going to predict infrastructure update for sure. If it doesn't happen before.
Before then, yeah.
That's a no fucking brainer. That's easy, simple math.
That was funny, Bill.
4 years since the last one.
All right, what do we got to the questions here? Jesus Christ, hold on. Michael's asking, has anything big been reported or just small stuff? Anecdotal at best at the moment, Michael. I would say, you know, it's only, I guess, this morning people started really talking about it, and we're talking like Facebook groups and chat rooms and shit like that. But yeah, nothing but some people saying they've seen things and other people saying they haven't. So, you know, again, you just sit and relax for a couple of days, watch your analytics, and none of it's going to matter for 48 hours at least.
How are you going to tell? The last Panda update, right? Google said it would affect 7% of queries. That's a big fucking number.
Yeah, man.
You know, considering that's about, what, 30 or 40 times more than what a refresh is. So to think it's going to shake out in a few days. Oh, and there's transition rate.
That's right. That's going on in the background always. Yeah, forget about fucking transition rate.
I saw that this week, Dave. Yeah.
Oh. Not surprising. I still see all kinds of LSM, whatever.
The ones I didn't promote, they transitioned to fucking 20 down. The ones I did, 20 up. That's pretty easy to figure out.
Oh God, where to? Can we get away from Panda yet?
Well, Google announced that thing about rendering, the Google bot rendering stuff for you now, eh?
Yeah. We'll get there, man. I just got to finish Panda.
Okay.
I gotta get out of the Panda. I gotta get out of the Panda.
You cover everything on Penguin and Panda.
Panda. But yeah. Well, and because it's Ray's birthday today, so.
Oh, happy birthday!
So happy birthday, Ray! Thank you for coming on the other week. And so yeah, I figured good place to end my Panda journey would be with Ray today. She has a good post. It'll be in the show notes. It's actually on the event page. But where was it? It's a Metafilter site that got spanked.
A what?
Yeah, the site is called Metafilter.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, it's a media site. God damn it. Oh man, she even talks about BMW 2006. That's funny. That's it, man. People don't know that. You don't know your history. That was the first big public one, wasn't it? BMW, I would think.
Yeah, but they'd been spanked once before that, I think, too. I think they were repeat offenders in 06.
Anyways, yeah, I had a quote in here that I liked, but I lost it. Anyways, go read it, folks. In the show notes, we're gonna move along. But yes, happy birthday, Ray.
So what did she find that they made some technical errors or something?
Yeah, she was basically just saying that it's a media site and some of their stuff is kind of, I guess, almost howish. You know what I mean? Trying to just pump out crap as opposed to, you know what I mean? Maybe toning down the quantity and pumping up the quality a little bit. And I think a lot of her point was that, instead of outing companies like this, she's saying that she has no problems with them or anything else, but a lot of media sites do this kind of crap, and they should wake up and smell the fucking coffee. You know what I mean?
I think a lot of them are still doing those small posts.
Yeah.
And then they have it off of a responsive front end. I literally saw a very well-known site. The whole front page had maybe 4 words on it, and it was all just pictures. Terrible user experience, and yet when you talk to a designer, they all tell you that that's what people want.
Yeah. Wow.
These are the things I'd like these guys to fucking put the analytics on the page that shows what people are fucking clicking, because I think usually there's alternative navigation from these parts of sites that I have a definite problem with, and they're getting the the benefit. They're getting attribution for things that I don't think they actually are. The clicks, they're actually on somewhere else on the page. In-page analytics, that's the one I was thinking of, Dave, where it shows you exactly what buttons got clicked.
You're looking for something, man. Go right ahead. Fuck.
What, are you running out of stories, Dave?
No, I'm trying to find something. Hold on. Yeah, okay, just search for buckwheat and I'll find it. Buckwheat.
I remember reading the comment.
Yeah, that's a beauty, man. Oh yeah, really, what Control F doesn't fucking work when you're gonna go behind it? Oh, there we go. Thank you. Yeah, there it is. Alright, thank you. So, okay, moving smartly along. Long time listener of the show, Michael Martinez.
Oh.
Hey, to be honest, that guy's been a supporter of this show for, I don't know, almost since the beginning, dude. He's always enjoyed it, left comments and whatever, so we love him. All I gotta say is, Michael, more headings and some pictures, dude, seriously. I love reading his stuff, but it was hard getting through some of this. I was like, wow. But yeah, this one I liked.
The dog stopped trying to hunt in 2000.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's classic, Michael.
So anyways, for those of you who can't see this on the little screen, it says, if you're trying to tell me that looking at who ranks for cheap flights is going to provide the same insight into how a search engine ranks websites for pizza delivery, well, sorry, Buckwheat, that dog stopped trying to hunt in 2002. Well played, sir. Well played. And again, I guess that goes back to what we were talking about, the forensics and stuff. You know what I mean? People, again, like, one of the people I was talking to in our dojo chat room started asking about, am I seeing movement and this and that? And I said, well, I haven't looked, but are we talking informational spaces? Are we talking transactional? Are we talking navigational? Or what industries? What, it's all apples and oranges until you actually narrow it down. Are we talking about the same thing? And even if we're in the same market, are we in the same query spaces, the same countries? Like, no. So, yeah, I at least enjoy when someone has and Michael's still got a good brain going. I'll say that much, regardless of what anyone says. Because, yeah, that's an extremely fair point to make when you're trying to figure things out. And again, Terry, is that some leftover of everyone just knowing how to build links?
Well, that's part of it, Dave, is there's a lot of people that still haven't figured out that Google has changed. That it's not just about links, that it's about natural language on the page. It's about a lot of things that haven't really been factors for Google for a number of years. But some of us actually do remember when Google did care about those things.
Oh yeah, all the various types of semantic analysis, I think they've kicked their heads over the years trying to improve, but it just couldn't do what links could do. And so then they went to the social graph and tried to mix some of those signals in. Does that make the stir in the pot, All right, semantic analysis, big 06, let's throw that in there.
If you look at a lot of what they're doing, for instance, in mobile, where they're saying, if you don't 301 this right, fuck you, you're gone. If your site is fucking slow because you're an idiot who put parallax, page scrolling on your mobile site, well, hey man, all those backgrounds actually have to download. And, don't realize that on mobile, their site is slower than fucking molasses. Those are issues that a lot of these people are not even thinking. They are not realizing that search is changing, and it's changing rapidly, and it's leaving a lot of them behind because they refuse to adjust.
William had a question for you. Terry, can you sell me some high PR sites with exact match anchor text? $5 starting offer. Yeah, we got a bunch of those for sale now. Going cheap. Yeah.
Yeah, I know 4 PR4 sites that you could buy.
Oh, man. So, all right. I think I'm officially past all the penalty shit and bullshit. I think I'm gone. I'm done, yes.
Got through all the guessing?
Yeah. Oh, no, see, I don't got much left here. I got, guest posting, content and SEO strategy. Well, this just gets worse all the time. I got one I'm saving for the end, but okay. Okay, I'm going here next. And for the folks out there listening on iTunes, wherever you are, please do tweet us or something at SEO Dojo and tell us that you don't mind us being assholes, because I've had some advice the last while and people were like, well, you should maybe not be so negative all the time on the show. And I tried to explain to them that's actually what they come for. This is the Regulators. Search Geek Speak. We, like yesterday, we had Dixon Jones on for folks who missed it.
That's a different show, though.
Yeah, and that's educational, and that's where we get deep, and we talk about that stuff. But when we come here once a week, we're just letting off steam, and that's kind of where it started, no? So.
But a lot of what we're saying,
we're very passionate, and sometimes some things need to be said, and that's what this show is.
Be around and know what's happening, and see how people are adjusting to it. And I don't see adjustment. I see digging in the heels and, I'll figure out a way to manipulate this using the old ways and, I'm just not going to give up. Well, come on. If guest posting is a major part of your strategy going forward, sorry, you're going to be fucking disappointed at some point. You're on mute there, I think.
Yeah, I noticed. Okay. So, all right, so since you're going to segue us like that with the guest posting, I like it. Since we're segueing, let's go there. I actually, hey, it's our buddy Eric, and at least he didn't miss the mark. So, I know. See, here we go, Terry. See, Deborah, look, we're being positive. Anyways, Eric actually does a half-decent job here because he's basically kind of echoing some stuff we've been saying for a while, whatever, right?
Yeah.
That essentially, again, if you're looking at it in the direct route, then you're an idiot. He talk. I think I'd go deeper with it, but he talks about being a columnist as opposed to a fucking guest poster, right?
Right. But here's what I okay, again, part of the reason that we're negative is if you read that one statement there in that article, David,
Yeah.
where I pointed it out to you earlier, where he was saying that, you know, everyone was shocked by my blog guest.
Yeah.
We weren't. We saw the way it was being promoted. We saw that was going to end badly from the beginning. If you were shocked,
dude, I went back.
Badly, you're not paying attention. Sorry.
I went back. I think we were talking about it on the show here somewhere in early 2012. The first time I wrote about it publicly, I think, was around the summer of 2012, and then obviously we've hit it over and over since then. You know, I mean, I even had a October 2012 article on Search Engine Watch of all fucking places, meaning, you know, more than a few people might have fucking read it about this. You know, and again, so yeah, you know, it was like what the following fall we started seeing actual penalties and penguins hitting the guest blogging hard, but you know, we were a year and a half ahead of that. And there's the problem, as always, isn't it? Where's the future proofing? Where's the fucking paying attention? Like, come on.
No, you know, because it's working now, we got to do it.
And what did we tell people about infographics a year and a half ago that looked at us and said, "No, they're working."
Yeah.
It'll be nice.
Still, you know, company that's used infographics heavily. You know, we've removed a lot of them. But I'm still not, you know, I think we got farther to go. Let's put it that way.
I just think you need to be always ahead by a step or two. Meaning, if you're out doing it, well, see, even then, we got proactive penalties now, you know? Anything that's popular with SEO is you're fucked, you know what I mean? It's almost like people should be reading SEO blogs and places, and whatever advice they see there, do the opposite or do something different, because that one's going to be...
you read before 2012 was a fucking lie.
Yeah, so...
Period. No longer applies.
Yeah, so, you know, I don't know, but anyways. But guest posting, what's our education on that? Again, you know what I mean? I think we've always been steady on our guest posting thing, which is don't be a guest fucking poster, be out there building authority. You write an authoritative good piece.
He had a pretty good strategy if you're going to do it, but he even showed how it does not scale. To try and scale it is to invite disaster. It doesn't scale. It can't scale because of the number of good sites out there.
William would like to know what's the difference between a guest post and an editorial. It's pretty easy. One is to spam Google, the other is to build authority. And if you build an authority, the rest will take care of it.
If your left nut to be on the site, you probably shouldn't be there. If you wouldn't pay to advertise there, if you had the money, you probably shouldn't be there.
And if you won't put it on your social channels,
it shouldn't
you shouldn't be there.
Those are the obvious things, like apply it to not manipulating Google. In other words, would I guest post here if I had to pay for if it was advertising, would I pay to be here, right? Would I come here just for the traffic and the visibility?
Would I post it? Do I give a flying fuck if it's a followed link or not?
Right.
Because, William, if I'm on a site like Terry's saying that I would give my left nut to get my client on with their authoritative piece so they could build their voice and their entity and blah, 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 you can follow the fucking link. Just give me a link in the footer so they will go back to my site where I have a fucking blog and they will start reading my blog and following it, and then guess what? They'll start fucking linking. It's the secondary effect. Everyone's going for the guest blog link as opposed to fucking building authority and building people to follow your site, your social channels.
The new authority site you want to build is your fucking profile page on Google+. I'm leaning more and more towards that way as I kind of see more things that lead me to, you know, a lot of people think it's a money pit, or, you know, you're just wasting your time on Google+. I'm saying that's not what I'm seeing.
Let's see, Michael Van Katz, sorry, dude. Wow. Anyways, I've known him for like fucking wow. I don't know, Michael. What, 8 years, 7?
He's one of the original guys around the dojo.
He was the king of the directories at one point in his career.
What?
I'm assuming he's changed his model by now.
I hope so.
Anyways, he's like Steve. Steve used to be into it heavy too.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm gonna grab a drink here, so I'll let you take this for a second. Do you think sites like eBay and Amazon have enough natural links that they need very minimal SEO? Well, I gotta go grab a drink, but I want to say it's the opposite. If you've ever dealt with a power site, meaning sites with millions of fucking links, you can make on-site and internal changes that fucking boom shoot them to the top. You can move the needle in a hurry. So I don't know. I don't agree. I think they should nail down their on-site and other SEO as much as possible, regardless if they have tons of natural fucking links.
Okay, just think if those pages that everyone is saying they got hit for, while we looked at them, kind of thinking they're spam or thin content. Make those good pages from where they were linked from, and they're going to rank because of the authority on the website and where they were linked from. That was part of the reason that if it was a manual penalty, it was, in my opinion, probably spam and had to do with as much with them saying, oh, we're going to quit doing PPC and we're going to basically steal rankings in the organic, and Google basically told them, like, fuck you are.
I even think to a degree, I wouldn't say with an operation as large as those guys, but I've seen larger sites, you've seen larger sites that even just bad architecture can get them in trouble. You almost need an SEO who understands architecture and stuff when you get to a certain level. Because, yeah, you've got the inbound link juice. You know what I mean? You don't have so much to worry about on that level. What it comes down to now is what risks are you creating for yourself on the site that you may not even see,
Yeah. Well, just think, you want to get found for terms. You have 1 million incoming links, and
we need more.
Yeah, your way to get more rankings are to get more links. Well, you got 1 million, so there's plenty of juice there. You just haven't used your architecture properly. And then you start looking at the site, and it looks like, some guy who may have not had all of his faculties built the fucking thing.
Yeah. That's an awful nice menu you got there. Oh, where's the page?
Yeah, where's the page? Oh, you need
it's
to
under that menu I just hovered over.
Links at the top of the page. Oh, yeah. And where do they go? Oh, to that part that sells for $1.79. Oh, we really need a link there, don't we?
Oh yeah, site-wide though, because gotta remember that's in the main navigation, so that's a site-wide juice that thing's getting. So
yeah,
great idea.
That's the kind of stuff that
it's the things we suffer through.
Wonder what's going through people's minds when they make these decisions. Or do they make a decision? That's the other question. Like, was there even a thought given to it? A lot of times, I'd say no, it's a designer who, thinks it's more about being cool and using the latest, parallax paging and all that.
Oh, yeah, don't get us started on that. Michael followed up with G+ is the core now. It's the stamp of authority. Not probably as much as a lot of people would think, Mike, in the sense that it's the connector. You know what I mean? Why does Google want MetaWeb? So they can connect entities. You know what I mean? That's their interest. Why do they want people, all roads leading through Google+? You create an account, you've got, boom, you Gmail, you're in Google+. You create a YouTube account, you're in Google+. You know what I mean? Like, it's connecting authorities, I think even there was a time back, once upon a time with the original Google fucking profile things, that people could use, like, and even at Google Local, the maps, Google Maps in the old days, could leave reviews with usernames as opposed to their real name. And I think that probably, you know, over time we've seen Google, you know, you can't. Well, I've got the Gypsy on my G Plus account, but, you know, to a degree they want to know entities now. They want to connect all these dots, you know. And Terry, if you look at the local stuff on Android, we did that one session. You look at the fucking self-driving cars and all this other stuff. You look at the local patents on targeting people. They want to connect entities to other entities and places and things. And I think Google Plus is just a way of doing it. You know, you almost, but if you're doing it as a business and you have any interest in anything Google, local or fucking main SERPs or whatever, yeah, you better be running your shit through Google Plus. Is it how they're assigning authority? No, I think they're still picking up external factors for that. Just because, again, spam is spam. I've seen recon work I've done lately where this guy gives me this spreadsheets of links people were building, and you know they had a whole fucking tab in that spreadsheet for Google fucking Plus profiles that this spam company had made them. You know, yeah. it's like forum spam evolved, right? Sorry, forum profile spam evolved, and so no, Google's I'm sure aware that people are doing this kind of shit. So you can't just be an authority because you're at Google Plus. No, I don't think it's.
I don't think it has anything to do with the number of shares or anything like that. It's all about who will connect to you and nothing else, and where you and what sites you are connected on. Those are because sites are now being basically assigned a topic, kind of like what Dixon was showing us in Majestic yesterday, and with their topical stuff. I think they're on something.
Yeah, no, I'm usually skeptical of most tools, as you know, but yeah, I think they got something there. So I like what Dixon's doing and the boys are doing over there. Michael went on, I guess, when he was talking about the large sites and links and stuff. He said that's kind of my question. By manipulating natural links, is that enough for them? To a degree, a lot of these actual ones that survive aren't manipulating natural links, or they wouldn't be natural, would they? So they actually have them. Like again, I've got a guy right now that I could take to fucking Matt Cutts if I wanted to and say, here, look at this. Because he has literally 1 million links, but he's never fucking done anything dodgy. He's built them by having a good site that people link to. But is that enough for them? I guess on the flip side, Terry and I worked with someone that had over 1 million links, a well-known UK brand.
They worked hard at it.
But they wanted us to build more links, and like Terry was saying, we were like, no, let's fix the site. You've got shitloads of equity, like, because remember even the homepage redirected. Remember, dude?
Yeah. Oh, there was like 1,000,001 places where they were just pissing equity away, left, right, and center.
Yeah. So yeah,
they wanted no part of us. They'd rather try and get terms that only an idiot would try and rank for, and they. We're going to do it by getting more links.
Man, I got to keep up with Mike here because now he's gone back to the G Plus thing. Wow, dude. He says, sure, but you still need to earn the authority. But with G Plus, we could use it as a stamp to pass it on. Just think of it as a repository for your entities. From the main company to the people who work at the company, because you put the little links and attachments where you work, kind of like LinkedIn, where you blog, where you this and that. So the core entity being the individual spreads out to other entities. If they're blogs, if there's a company they work for, or whatever, they're, members of things, that, groups that they're membership of. Like there's social graph stuff I've read that even looks at what the Google Plus user, what groups and communities they join. So you could probably extend that to what kind of hangouts they watch. So you look at something like we saw yesterday from Majestic. Think of those categorizations as something Google's doing here in the background when it's trying to figure out the social graph. So again, it's almost your presence on G Plus is just a repository to let Google know who you are. It's their version of MetaWeb. By joining certain groups, by talking to certain people, by friending and circling certain people, they get a vision of who you are on those kind of categorization levels, and that's how they're going to present you more and more information.
All those pages have page rank. Community pages have page rank. Profile pages have page rank. There's more to it than I showed you that article from Mark Trapphagen the other day.
Yeah.
We should go over it. And
I wanted to, but that's why I said it on the event page, because I put that on the event page, and then I paged Mark anyways. So, because that's almost kind of thing that would take up an hour anyways.
Yeah, like I'm saying, I want to do a geeks.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll get Mark in.
That stuff specifically, because I think it's
important to get through that.
There, and it made more sense than all the sharing and all the other shit that Google is supposedly using, Google Plus for. Made more sense.
Yeah, well, you look at even some of the social graph patterns, dude, and they'll even look, think of it on all levels being the same, but just on different demographic points, meaning who you talk to the most, which, like, say I'm part of 5 groups. Well, which ones do I actually post on the most, etc. You know what I mean? And that becomes a rating. Which people are common to the groups I'm in that I engage with, and so on and so on. And so they're trying to think of it, those interactions of engagements of entities. So when people start writing about the SERPs and they're seeing so-and-so's face and so-and-so's G plus this and that, it's based off a lot of weird shit like that. Like where you're engaging, what you're doing, who you're doing with, who's common in those groups, and then who's got common demographics. What other demographic elements relate to that? Are they Canadian? Are they British? Are they American? Blah, blah, blah. So.
What their topic of expertise is, etc.
Right, and what they share the most. You know what I mean? If you and I are sharing Barry Schwartz's stuff a lot, it'll probably even start suggesting you as someone I should follow. Right?
Right.
So, lots to it. All right. So Mike's back to the other topic again.
Trying to keep you on your toes.
Jesus Christ, dude. You say, you meant internal manipulation. So there you go. IE structure steering the juice. Yes, dude, it's had many a fucking name over the years. But it's just we just call it managing equity, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Equity
management.
Yeah, there you go. Because we refused to use any of those Well, remember what are they? Siloing?
Fucking.
Wasn't siloing? Was that Bruce Clay siloing? I think it was.
All those. That's stuff. Pure nonsense.
Yeah. So.
People say siloing to me, and I said my father had one on his farm. That's the only silo I know about, folks. Sorry. I don't even have a clue, and I'm not, ashamed to admit it. I don't know what siloing is. Because I looked at what it was when I started and just laughed at it and said, well, there's a good waste of time.
One of our best fans, of course, William, is still in here, and I missed one of his comments from earlier when he was telling us, well, we must be jerks because we swear too much, which is, I guess, a reference back to the yes, people
I come from a long line of jerks.
People had told us we're too negative on this show. I think the fucking industry needs it once in a while, Well,
I think that's the problem, that no one really states the obvious. They all want to paint it with this nice little brush that helps nobody. Nobody gets help by painting it and looking at it with rose-colored glasses, because it's just a big shit pile stinking up the whole room.
Hey, William, for a little history for you, 5 years ago, we had a private Skype room where we all kind of hung out, and we'd be talking in a chat, and every Friday we'd hop on cameras, just like 7 of us or something. I think it was Terry, I don't know.
Yeah, 7.
Steve and Justin and Aaron and James Morris. He's still not back with us. And essentially, we just would yap, and we'd just do what we're doing now every Friday.
Talk and fuck around stuff.
And so somebody said, you guys should actually do a podcast with this. We were like, really? All right. So, we did that, and that's where it started. And then last year we started doing Hangouts. But, yeah, the podcast actually been around about 4 years. And so we've been doing this.
Going on 5, probably this September.
Yeah.
September, something like that.
So yeah, we've been at this for a little while. Yeah, Mike. We'll go back to Mike again on this one. Yes. Oh wait, hold on, Williams. Williams said, "Yeah, just say go plus yourself." There you go. Cause that'll get me ranked. Sorry. So back to Michael. Let's see. We got. He's counting on blog profiles and such, linking to the G Plus page to create the authority. Then I also drop lower value posts in G Plus. Yeah. Again, we're moving in. We're moving into an age of it. Well, we're already there, I guess. We've moved into an age of entities, which means people, places, things, events, just connecting dots of things. And it still comes back to if a tree falls in the forest, because if you're not, again, some of the social profiling patterns that I looked at, a lot of it was to do with advertising, right? Because that's how Google makes their money. But you still see a glimpse of how they think about social. But the idea for them was that if they can get a certain product in front of a certain influencer, that's what they need to do. So they're looking at the little graphs going up and up and up to the top of the pyramid. You don't want to make an advertiser pay for the guys at the bottom. You want the advertiser to hit the guys in this part, because they know that they're connected to all these people, and all these people follow and engage and listen to them. So now if these guys start going, hey, this is a really cool product, it's going to filter down. So that's the problem they were trying to solve with it. But you still see what they're thinking in that term. So again, if we look at it in that term, tree falls in the forest, meaning you have fake followers, or you have no followers or whatever. Merely sending links to your Google profile page or anything to do with your entity isn't going to work. You actually have to be out there engaging. You actually have to be building a follow. You actually have to fucking be trying to make your client an authority in a given subject matter. Terry's been doing that with one of his clients lately, and he's seen some pretty good results early on, So.
Talk about that after the show. I got some fresh shit today.
So yeah, again, you can think about profiles that way, or you can actually get beyond it and start marketing and start building authority and engaging. If you can be a fucking stalker, if you can get top people to start engaging with your post will start showing up in their followers' timelines. You know what I mean? Because they had I guess because there was some sort of a slowdown with Google Plus, that I guess just not enough people, that people had dead timelines, that Google started showing followers of followers, kind of like, remember the social graph API, Terry, that used to show you connections and connections, and then before they took that away from us? It's kind of like that if you're engaging with us, if I'm engaging with Terry a lot, something he does, or someone one of his social circle stuff might actually show up in my timeline now. So it's rare, but apparently something will change. So again, it all comes back to that social graph shit. 6 minutes, man. I don't even know. Oh, 6 minutes. Well, I gotta go here first then. Hold on. La 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 la. This one was making the rounds in the private groups a fair bit this week, so I'm going there. Lawyers sue SEO firm for violating Google's. Okay. Yeah, see why I saved it to the end, man? This could have eaten up too long. I don't know. To start with, I'm pretty sure Terry's the same as me, so we might be a bit biased here, but Terry and I just sell our fucking time. If you listen to us or don't listen to us or whatever, I really don't care. My contract strictly states that Google and any other search engine may change their fucking algorithms or policies at any given time. That is, we are not liable for any of that shit. Have a nice day. And my contracts actually say that, so. Yeah. So I don't know, dude.
Yeah, looks like they were doing some.
Well, I can't show our private groups, but there were some interesting conversations at least here. But at the end of the day, isn't this a contractual issue? Like, how can you be? Google keeps changing the fucking goalposts. And I guess I'm 50-50, dude, because some people were making some good arguments in the Facebook group as far as it's also potentially a good way to get rid of crap hats. But you know what I mean? lawyers being what they are, this could just, you know, you open that can of fucking worms and you're walking down.
They'll be suing everybody and their fucking brother.
And that's the problem. So I don't think that's the answer.
It doesn't cost them anything to sue anyone. Whereas if you want to defend yourself, you got to pay big.
So yeah, I understood some of the arguments towards it being something good, but on the other hand, but I also started thinking, am I crazy? Am I the only one who puts this shit in his contract? Like, it's Google's fucking guidelines, man. Like,
well, see,
I think the insurance.
The only person who knows if this company actually broke Google's guidelines is Google.
Yeah, so see, we could get them to testify. I'll sue you, dude, and then we'll force Google to come testify.
Yeah, that's what I think they're trying to do.
Yeah, that's an interesting
they're trying to get a bunch of money back from the SEOs that was paid because now they're not getting the results that they were, so they want their money back. The same thing like they expect, like feel like they're entitled.
You wouldn't a precedent like this make the insurance industry happy? Because there'd be like more SEOs than ever running for liability insurance.
Yeah.
You know, I could see the insurance industry putting a few bucks behind this one.
All it takes is one sale and one to go through and someone get, you know, several $1,000s, and the big companies for sure would have to line up for liability insurance.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, right.
Like, does it pay you to sue me? No. I ain't got fuck all. You know, you can't sue me to take what I ain't got.
Can't get blood from a stone.
Right. Well, you can try and get it, but, you know, I'll probably die before you'll get paid. Well, I am 60, Dave.
Yeah, I know, and then there's this show.
I'm planning to go in the next 5 years, because that's when the money's gone.
Would leave me alone, man. Don't you fucking be leaving me alone with this shit, man. I'm telling you now, you better live to be fucking 80.
Well, I'm walking again, anyhow.
Well, that's awesome. All right, folks. There you go. We suffered through another hour. William and Michael, thanks for throwing all the questions. Keeps us busy. Keeps us on our toes. Always nice.
Thanks for your contributions and support.
That's it. And Steve will be back next week. He's been busy moving into the new house, so that's been awesome. We'll get a nice little pictorial walkthrough, I'm sure. All right, folks, till next week. Pleasure as always.
Yep,
And
we're making lots of money with that guest posting.
We're back to that, are we? All right, man.